Yeah, I told you.
Get up, get out, go get that money. It's time to work. Hey, alright, work. Hey, alright. Up early in the morning, I'm ready to go. It smells like struggle when you open up the door. Everybody got to grind. I got hustle in my blood. A little bit is not enough. I go to
Hello and welcome to another edition of Fitness 365. I'm your host, Joyce Jackson. The Olympics are this summer in Brazil, and what do those world-class athletes do to prepare to compete on a global stage? Well, our experts, Leona Brown and D'Angelo Kennard, are going to show you some of those moves. Also, there's a saying, you cannot manage what you do not measure. So we're working with Total Body Composition of Prince George's County. They have a machine that can tell you exactly what you're made of, from body fat to muscle mass. We'll show you that a little bit later. We're going to end this show on a very inspiring note. Laurel native David Slumkowski, this is a man who spends his time uplifting those in the athletic community. All that and more on this edition of Fitness 365.
Welcome back to my Fitness 365 viewers. It's Coach LB. I've got my special guest, Coach Ali, and we're going to talk about track and field. As you know, this summer is Road to Rio 2016, so I'm really, really excited. All right, Coach, you ready? Let's come on through those hurdles for me. Outstanding. So this is just a snippet of what a track and field athlete will do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you why these drills are so important. Some of them have a little bit of plyometric use. Some of them are good for explosion and speed. All right, Coach, so we're going to go back through. We're going to go real slow for you. We're going to show you a beginning phase, an intermediate phase, and then Coach Ali is going to go through really fast and hard, okay? So the beginning phase is you want to make sure that you're lifting your knees up at a 90-degree angle, planting up, bringing the arms up to a 90-degree angle. So all of your professional athletes, your Olympian athletes, they do this drill constantly to make sure that they get that explosion, to make sure they get that good plyometric movement, and also engaging the hip flexors and the core. All right, so now we're going to take it up to about an intermediate pace. Coach Ali is going to go a little bit faster, okay? How you feeling? Okay? Great. All right, great. All right, ready, Coach? Touch, touch, touch. Making sure getting good planting on the ground. She's making sure that she's on the balls of her feet and driving her weight forward. Now we're going to show you good, fast, speed work drill here. Coach Ali, she ran track and field in high school and college, and so now you're ready to go for the high-speed advanced movement. Yes. We're going to do this twice so the viewers can see it, okay? Ready, set, go. Touch, 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 touch. Outstanding. Hey, it's okay sometimes. Hey, you may touch the hurdles may move out of your way. That's okay. Keep going through the drill. Good. Let's do it one more time, Coach Ali, okay? That's excellent footwork, excellent form. Keeping the chest high, driving the knees up, and relax, okay? We're going to let Coach Ali take a short break, catch your breath, and then we're going to move on to the next point. So as you see in track and field training, it's not about all getting on the track, getting down to the blocks, and just pushing out. There's a lot of preparation and a lot of work involved. Coach Ali, you ready for the next one? Yeah. All right, let's come on over to, we're going to stand right here. All right. We're going to, as we do, we're going to go from the beginning, the intermediate, into the advanced training. So what we're going to do is Coach Ali is going to do a reverse lunge with a knee raise. Once again, it's a good plyometric movement, but it's also working on explosion. So as she's in reverse lunge, coming up, driving through the knee, and back down. So we're going to break it down for you just a little bit. All right, Coach? Go back to the reverse lunge for me. Seeing in the reverse lunge, the chest is high. The knee is bent at a 90-degree angle, and then the back leg is not quite touching the ground. Then Coach is going to push up on her front leg and drive that rear leg up. Drive that knee. Go up and then back down. Good, and relax, Coach. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the one thing I like to really focus on, Coach, is what? Core stabilization. You want to keep the core real tight. You want to make sure you're breathing. So that is your beginner to intermediate work. Now we're going to bring in one of my favorite pieces of equipment. We're going to bring in the Bosu ball. So Coach, just go bring that Bosu ball over for me. Okay. So for those who said, hey, Coach, I got that reverse lunge with a high knee raise. That's pretty easy for me. No problem. Now we're going to do it with the Bosu ball. You ready, Coach? Yes. It's going to be the same form. pressing into the Bosu ball. Chest is going to be high. Now driving up, knee to the air and back down. Pushing in, it's okay. If you lose your balance, that's okay. That's what the Bosu ball is made for, to help you work on your balance, your coordination, your stability. All right? So now we're going to take it to a fast pace, coach. Let's do about 5 repetitions real fast. I want you to drive that knee to the air, core tight, chest high, chin level, and then show the viewers how it's done. Okay. Ready? Yep. And go. Reverse lunge up, drive up to the ceiling. 1. Push it. 2. Good. Breathe. 3. Excellent. Look at that good form, everybody. 4, and 1 more. 5. Outstanding job. How you feeling?
Great.
Feeling good? Outstanding. We've got one more move for you. So we've used the hurdles drills, okay? We've used the Bosu ball. So what that was a reverse lunge with the power knee raise up. And the one thing, if you noticed, good core stabilization, coach, keeping that 90 degrees. You might just be running as fast as Usain Bolt if you keep on training hard. All right, next we've got our resistance ball. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna also work on the core stabilization. Actually, this is gonna be a full body workout. So what coach is gonna do, she's gonna get into a push-up position, and she's gonna have her shins on the resistance ball, okay? All right. All right, so what she's gonna do is what we call a nice, good knee pull. She's gonna bring the knees to a 90 degrees, all the way to the chest as far as you can, and then she's gonna push all the way out, keeping the hips raised, keeping the core stabilized, looking straight forward, and give me 3 more, coach. 1, good, 2, and 3, and relax. How's that feel, coach? Good. So take your time when you're coming off that resistance ball, because it is a ball, and if you lose that core stabilization, you may roll to the left, right? Yeah. Or roll to the right. Once again, this is Coach LB, my guest Coach Ali today. Road to the Olympics, Rio 2016. Hope you enjoyed this power-filled, energized track and field workout. Till next time, take care. Excellent job, coach. Awesome.
Welcome back to Fitness 365. Today we decided to step outside of the studio to show you some more resources to help you with your health and wellness plan. Today we're at the Arthritis and Pain Associates of Prince George's County. We're going to be talking with Dr. Donald Thomas of the Total Body Composition of Prince George's County. He's going to give us information about the DEXA machine. And tell me what it's about and what it does.
DEXA stands for Dual Energy X-ray Absorptiometry, and
wow.
This is the long name.
The long version.
That's why we call it DEXA.
Good.
And this is the machine that does it, and I'll explain what those 4 letters in the acronym come from. This part of the machine, the person lays on the bed, then this upper part of the machine sends down very tiny amounts of X-rays in 2 different energy forms down into the person. So there's 2 different energy forms of X-ray, so dual energy X-ray. And then different densities of the tissues of the body have different densities, and they absorb these X-rays, and so some of them stay in the body and are absorbed, so that's the absorptiometry part, or the last A for DEXA. And then there's a plate underneath the person that collects the X-rays that go through the person, and then we can actually calculate how much muscle, how much fat, how much bone is in different parts of the body very accurately.
All right, I brought an expert along with me to decipher everything he just said, and that's our co-host Leona Brown of Conversion Fitness. She is a master fitness trainer, and you know all this lingo he is talking about. So, and I'm quite sure you know how this can help clients and our audience out there.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Thomas, I have a question for you. How does this differ from, say, your basic traditional means, like, say, skinfold caliber, and just doing regular measurements with the measuring tape? So tell us how that differs with this machine here with DEXA.
Sure. The nice thing about the DEXA machine is that it's actually considered the gold standard when it comes to measuring body fat and body muscle and lean muscle mass. For example, when scientists do research studies, it's the DEXA machine that's considered the gold standard, but we have it available right here in Greenbelt, Maryland, available to the public as well. Other ways of measuring body fat and body muscle are much more inaccurate. For example, the most common way is by the body mass index, or BMI. Yes. That's where the doctor takes the height and weight of the person and gives you a BMI, and we say that above 30 the person is obese. But what if that person's very muscular? He could have a high BMI but be in incredibly good shape, and so that's not a very good measurement. And it's true.
So my question is, it wasn't me with the BMI. It wasn't me. The BMI was wrong.
No, it wasn't you, Justin.
No.
Yeah, right. No, I'm joking. But when you get these numbers, it's not just about vanity, and I just don't want to have a high B. It's not just that, but the BMI, disease, and all of that. How does that play and benefit people when they know these numbers and what they can do with them?
And that's the beauty of the DEXA machine. It gives you numbers that the other methods, such as the calipers and the bioimpedance, like the scales and the machine that people hold on to, give that no other machine gives. For example, not all fat is created equal. This machine will tell you almost exactly how many pounds of fat you have, but not only that, but where that fat is distributed. For example, it will tell you on your report how much of the fat is around the organs of your body. We call this the visceral fat. The higher the visceral fat, the higher your risk of heart attacks and strokes. And so if you monitor your DEXA scan visceral fat over time on an exercise regimen, you want to concentrate on seeing that visceral fat decrease over time to decrease your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Another two types of fat are android fat and gynoid fat. Android fat is the fat around the abdomen and central part of the body, and it's mostly associated with the apple shape, especially in men, and is also associated with cardiovascular events such as heart attacks and strokes, while the gynoid fat, like gynecologist, refers to the type of fat most commonly seen in women, responsible for the pear shape. It's the fat around the buttocks, the thighs, the hips. This type of fat is more associated with causing mechanical problems with the joints of the legs. So people who have a lot of that are at increased risk of degenerative arthritis in the hips, knees, and ankles. The goal is to get your android fat ratio to the gynoid fat ratio less than 1 in order to decrease your risk of heart attacks and strokes. So that's a nice thing about this, is that it gives you those different fat percentages. And then another very nice thing for athletes is that it tells you where the muscle is in your body and how much. It will tell you what the mass of muscle is in the left arm, left leg,
excited.
right
Oh,
leg.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so for some athletes, though, want to have more muscle in either their legs or arms, and then they can monitor that over time with their fitness program. And if they're not achieving the amount that they want, they know to adjust their fitness program accordingly. If they have asymmetry, if they have more muscle in one arm or the other, and they need it for their sport such as swimming, then they can actually monitor that and adjust their exercise program to improve the muscle mass more on one side than the other if they're asymmetric.
Thank you so much. A lot of great information. If you want to learn more about the DEXA machine, if you want to sign up to come out here and get a test, arthritispainpg.com. Ask for Dr. Thomas, total body composition. Mention Fitness 365 or Conversion Fitness. You're going to get a special rate. Come on out. Very good information to help you with your health and wellness regimen. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to another edition of Fitness 365. Hope you're enjoying the summer. It's Summer Olympics time, so we want to create a workout that mimics some of the movements that you'll see during the games and still get a great workout. Joining me once again is Shadid Ali. He just came off of taking third at the Mr. America physique competition, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. And his training is going well, and we're looking for more from him in the future. So he's going to help me out. We're going to start with powerlifting. Now, we're going to modify it, of course, because those guys are usually lifting, hundreds of pounds of weights. We're going to start with just a simple dumbbell, and we have a 20-pound dumbbell just for our demo here. So Shadid's going to start with the weight in his left hand. We're going to go to our proper squat position. That is feet shoulder width apart. So here's our alignment. Weight's going to be on that left side. So with a powerlifting competition that you'll see in the Olympics, you'll see a clean and press, clean and jerk, or just a clean. So the clean movement is just coming from a squat and bringing the weight up to the chest. So Ali's going to demonstrate. So he's going to go down into a squat. As he's coming up, he's going to bring that weight up with momentum and place it right on his shoulder. Stand tall, and that is our clean. So once again, our clean. And with that clean, we're engaging the core. We're engaging the quads, the glutes, total lower body, and as we start to add the press from that movement, that'll incorporate the shoulders. Good, so we go right to our press and straight on up. Terminates at the top. Always keeping that core nice and tight, always using a lot of balance, okay? Once again, so we squat, with a little speed, bring it up to the shoulder, and press. Good. So let's go to that snatch. Ali, let's bring the weight right in the center. So with that snatch, again, we're in that same squat position. Weight's going to be about midway between both feet, and that arm's going to remain pretty straight. We're going to squat down, explode through the hips, and the weight comes all the way up. You got to use momentum. Oh, yeah. See that shoulder? We don't want the shoulder to take the brunt of the load. We're going to come all the way up. Good. All the way up. Boom. Because that's where it comes up to the top. And boom. Same thing. Last one. And keep it all the way up. Now, small detail, bring it on down. If you have any shoulder issues, you can always rotate that hand to a neutral position. That creates a little more room in that shoulder, and it's going to be a little less of a load on that shoulder. I myself have had multiple shoulder injuries, so I use this, what we call a neutral grip, a lot. So let's switch to the other side. So same thing. Let's go to that snatch. Good. Keep the neutral grip. Speed all the way up top. Good. And you may notice that if you've seen people do kettlebell workouts, same movement. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell, but it's a lot of hips, a lot of core, and with multiple repetitions, lots of cardiovascular movements. Good. So we get the heart rate up, we activate the muscles. Give me one more. Perfect. And all the way down. Nice. Good. All right. Same thing can be done if you're a little apprehensive about using any type of a free weight with our resistance balls. Once again, we're right here at the DiPietro Center, and everything that you need is right here. So with that resistance ball, we're going to start in the squat, nice and low, hips are low. As we come up, all the way to the top, we want to press. What we're doing is we're using the pressure, the air pressure within the ball to create resistance on the shoulders, core, and you may not be able to see it, but he's shaking, he's moving, all those muscles are activated. Let's try it once again. Good. Nice and easy, all the way up. Boom, squeeze. Last one. Excellent. And the good thing about this, lots of versatility. So, along with the powerlifting during the Olympics, we also have some swimming. So let's go with the belly on top of there for me, Ali. Good. So what we want to do is, good, slide forward. I want the ball right beneath your hips. You're going to stabilize yourself on your hands using your shoulders and your chest, and you're just going to bring your right knee to your right elbow. Good. And back. So we're activating the hip flexor. Glutes are working. Core's working through our balance. Good. And other side, same thing. Perfect. Good. And as you get the motion down, you can go to alternating position. So let's alternate. Now, I'm not a swimming expert. I don't know all the strokes, but I know this is very vital for hip flexibility, hip strength, core stability, and I've used it with other swimmers in the past. Good push. Good. Last one. Now, let's extend the legs straight back. Hands are in front. And one at a time, let's bring the ball right beneath your hips. Good. One at a time. Let's bring them a little back. Let's bring the right arm up. Good. And then the left arm up. Let's alternate. Good. And then we'll add the feet. So we'll go opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're going to raise the left arm, right leg, and switch. Good. So it's not exactly swimming, but it mimics the movement to engage the core. Another good versatile workout. Good. And all the way up for me. All right. So enjoy the games. Enjoy a great workout. Try some of the things that you'll see over the next few weeks during the games. And hopefully we'll see you next time and you'll be in better shape and maybe you'll be ready for the next Olympics. See you next time.
Welcome back to Fitness 365. Now we turn the spotlight on Laurel native David Slumkowski, a man who found solace from his own troubles by serving others. Several years ago, David was looking for a lifeline, anything that could save him from the devastation of self-destruction.
I didn't know it at the time, but I am an alcoholic. My life was very unmanageable in pretty much every area of my life. So I got to a point where I really did not like the person I was looking at in the mirror.
In the midst of his despair, he resurrected hope for not only himself, but for a generation of competitors whose bodies betrayed their athletic dreams.
About 10 years ago, I saw a story about a father and son, Rick and Dick Hoyt. Rick, the son, was born a spastic paraplegic. His doctors at the time told his parents to put him away, forget about him. His father and his mom said there's just no way.
A father's unwavering commitment to his son sparked a movement.
As I was sitting there weeping on my couch, feeling sorry for myself, I started, something really powerful went off. switch triggered and I started to say, that's incredible, I can do that.
What David did was bring his concept to the William Bear School in Baltimore, where he first teamed up with James. Fast forward 9 years, and Athletes Serving Athletes is no longer just an idea. The organization is housed in this building in Timonium, Maryland. 6 employees and 5 interns work on pairing able-bodied athletes with those who can't compete on their own.
We have grown from 1 athlete to 150 individuals with disabilities that are active in our program. We have 9 areas that we train and race in regularly.
James, who is now 18, is just one of 150 athletes who compete under the ASA banner. He uses a wheelchair because of cerebral palsy, a condition caused by an incident the night before he was born.
When I was pregnant with James at 17, I was in a high-speed police chase. They took James at shock trauma. See, we didn't know he was going to be in a wheelchair, but throughout the years, he became, as he got older, that's when they diagnosed him with cerebral palsy. It was me, his 2 cousins, and his father. All of them passed from the accident. Total. Like, the jaws of life had to come pull us out, and that was one of the worst days of my life.
The decision by one of the cousins not to pull over cost James his mobility, but not his fighting spirit.
My father was a runner, and that inspired me to be a runner too.
Before Athletes Serving Athletes, James's mother, Chiffon, never thought he would get to feel the wind on his face. Now James gets to immerse himself in the thrill of simply being in the race.
Everything happens for a reason, and James will be productive, and I see that. So, and his motto, never give up, never quit. So that's what I use. Days I'm not feeling it. My son can always smile, and he can't get up and play basketball like the other kids and everything, then I can smile.
The concept of ASA may have been inspired by the Hoyt story, but David's sense of community started here at the Laurel's Boys and Girls Club.
I had the pleasure of playing football for Coach Tietzel and Mr. Stoner and Mr. McBride, and I think we got 1 championship out of that. So I don't know if any of these trophies are from any of the teams I played on.
One year he battled spinal meningitis and missed the season, but his team did not leave David behind.
I was also very sad because I wasn't allowed to play with my football team. And at the end of the year awards ceremony, one of the moms got together, I think it was Miss Marcinko, and she made Football Dave, which I still treasure. It sits on my shelf at home to this day. When I was feeling that calling to start Athletes Serving Athletes, it was these experiences that really helped push me to take that leap of faith.
It's race day. The air is filled with opportunity and silent anticipation. James and David have done this so many times. What was once impossible has become routine.
To the water team, ASA, Athletes Serving Athletes.
The Columbia Triathlon is unforgiving, especially when you're shouldering the hopes of your partner.
Good athlete.
Good job, Dave.
After swimming nearly a mile, your legs burn through a 25-mile bike ride, only to be pounded another 6.2 miles on the final run.
Team James, David Slomkowski, the wingman.
It's pretty brutal.
We motivate each other.
Pre-race expo. That wonderful
what number you got,
just
mine?
across the street. Good job, Carrie.
Did he quit?
Carrie Shanks, Sean Kirchhoff, Irene Morton, James Day, Carol Brown, Amy Moore.
David's journey has come full circle. On this day in the Eagleman Triathlon, he gets to compete against half of the team that inspired him to create ASA, Rick Hoyt. This moment is surreal and rare.
After seeing Rick Hoyt race and his story 10 years ago, approximately, to being able to race alongside him was just a dream come true.
David and James crossed the tape in first place ahead of Rick Hoyt. But the finish line is more than just the end of a race. The story of athletes serving athletes symbolizes sacrifice and salvation for each man, for both athletes.
It feels great to race. My father's blood is in me.
We're competing against sometimes the best athletes in the world, and he's center stage with them, and he feels that excitement, the thrill of competition. He's got to earn his right to be there just like anyone else.
No, I did this. They could do wrong, they could do right.
Love and happiness.
I'm Joyce Jackson for Laurel TV. That's going to do it for another edition of Fitness 365. Of course, if you have any questions for our experts, you can reach Leona Brown at conversionfitness@gmail.com. D'Angelo Kennard, you can reach him at advancedsports@gmail.com. Also, you can watch Fitness 365 on Comcast Channel 71, in HD on Comcast Channel 996, and on Verizon Channel 12. Outside of the city, you can stream it live at laureltv.org. As always, be happy and be healthy. Thanks for watching.